We're now going to talk about different types of reliability. One type of reliability that we are usually concerned with is what is called as inter-rater reliability. This is a type of reliability that is used in the communication field quite often. This type of reliability assesses the degree to which different raters or observers give consistent estimates of the same phenomenon. Right? So we have a methodology we're going to talk about when we talk about qualitative research called content analysis. And in content analysis, we have two individuals read a content independently and provide a judgment. And if both these individuals provide the same judgment or concur independent of each other, right? They concur or they agree that there is something that they see, then what they see is seen as being reliable, and then the underlying content is seen as being reflective of whatever it is that they see, right? From a reliability standpoint, this is called inter-rater reliability, and generally it is statistically computed by looking at the correlation or the synchronicity between the observers' scores. Another type of reliability is what is called as test-retest reliability. This is a form of reliability when we give the same measure in more than one occasion, right? We may either give the same test to the same people at two different points in time or to similar people. So you can take COM 101A, COM 101B, and you can give them the same, let's say, exam and check to see if the exam itself is reliable. This assumes that between the two time frames or the two classes, there's no change in the construct. So one class can't be smarter than the other or self-selected as being smarter than the other, or the underlying construct, like you didn't teach material differently from one class to the other, because that creates systematic error. Another form of reliability is internal consistency reliability. Internal consistency reliability is a different form of reliability. This is very commonly used across all the social sciences, and this is the single test that is administered to one sample at one point in time. So unlike interquarter reliability or inter-rater reliability, which is two different individuals, or test-retest, which is two tests or given at two different occasions, internal consistency reliabilities are all assessed at one point in time for one test given to one sample. There are many different types of them. One of it is called the average inter-item correlation. The other is called Cronbach's alpha. Average inter-item correlation is basically just the sum of all the correlations between each item with every other item. So here is a correlation matrix, and a correlation matrix, as you know by now, the diagonal elements are the correlation of the same item with itself. So each item is one statement of a measure. So let's say this was a 6-item measure of self-esteem. Each item is correlated with itself, so you get a 1 along the diagonal. The second row is item number 2's correlation with item number 1. The third row is item number 3's correlation with item number 1, which is 0.91. 0.92 is item number 3's correlation with item number 2, and so on. And the sum of that and the average of that across all of them is your average inter-item correlation. The final form of internal consistency reliability that I'm going to talk about is Cronbach's alpha. Cronbach's alpha is a reliability estimate that we use quite often. You don't need to know the formula, but quite simply what it is the average of all split half correlations. So basically, if you take 6 items and you divide it into 2 groups, you split them into 2 halves. You have 3 items and 3 items. You take the correlation of that, and then you take every combination. So item 1, 2, 3 with item 4, 5, 6. Then item 1, 3, 6 with item 2, 4, 5. And you take every possible combination, and you take the average of that, and the average of all possible split half correlations is basically what Cronbach's alpha estimate is. So this is just a quick snapshot of the different forms of reliability estimates that we use in the social sciences. There are others that you need to know, you need to understand what is the average item to total, the split half reliability, parallel forms reliability, and some others. And I recommend that you read the textbook and get an overview of them there.